Good afternoon. So, welcome to Gaia Centric Live. In these live videos, I'm now coming on Mondays at 5 o'clock. So, join me Mondays live at 5. So, in these live videos, I'm going to be talking about some of the topics that we are focusing on in the Gaia Centric Living membership group that I started last month. So, yeah, I'm excited to go on this journey with you all and share a lot of what I'm working with and working on these days. All right, so that was my intention, to go live to just to connect everyone with all the different happenings that I have going on, and just to share some of my knowledge on various topics on Chinese medicine related, focusing on different holistic healing, helping teach people about wild foraging and plant-based living, doing a lot of medical medium protocols is what I focus on a lot with that. And so I just want to share some of my expertise in this. I specialize in helping people with chronic illness and chronic pain, mostly because that's what I've dealt with in my life. I've dealt with a lot of chronic illness, chronic pain conditions, and there's a lot of people that unfortunately are dealing with a lot of them. And so I'm going to use the tools that I've put together in the past 20 years, 20 plus years on my own healing journey, and then also what I've worked with the clients and students for the past 13 years of having my business, Chief for Healing. So I'm starting this new venture, Gaia Centric Living, because I came up with the term Gaia Centric because it's really encompass everything that I do and integrated all that I work with, right? And at first I was going to start with Gaia Centric Healing, but then I felt like there's so much more to what I'm offering besides healing. So it is more a lifestyle, and living really encompasses all of that. So that's in a nutshell the impetus for going live on these Mondays live at 5, and I'm going to get right into sharing what is a little bit part of our monthly topic that we've been focusing on in the membership group. So this month, since it's our first intro month, I started to focus on the 5 elements, teaching all the members what the 5 elements were. Okay, well, still working on the camera here. Here we go. So they got a PDF, lessons with the foundations of TCM and learning some of the 5 elements, and about yin yang theory, and diving into the 3 treasures and tongue and pulse diagnosis. We made this awesome graphic for them that was a really great representation of the 5 elements. Great chart. And so it's pretty awesome to share this information that I've learned over the years and really put it in a format for people to learn and utilize. It's a very brief introduction to these topics, but and so for today I'm going to keep it pretty simple and just talk about the creation cycle of the 5 elements. Okay, so the first element is wood, and that is for the time of spring. Okay, and spring in the Chinese calendar actually starts at the Chinese New Year, which is somewhere in February. Okay, and then we shift into summer, which is the fire element. Okay, and the fire element starts at around May. Okay, that's the first sign of summer. Okay, and that's the time that we're in. Okay, then moving into earth, you have late summer. All right, and so that we shift there about let's say sometime in July. Okay, that's when you get that real hot, humid days, and that's shifting into harvest time, which is meadow. Okay, that's the fall. All right, and then we shift there usually sometime around September. So when we get to that, and September, October actually, and then shifting into the 5th element is water. Okay, that is the time of storage. That's the time of winter. So that's the creation cycle of 5 elements. And So I wanted to talk a little bit about how we're at that time of summer, and that is the fire element, okay? And that relates to heart and small intestine. Also pericardium and triple warmer fall under that element. And what I think is pretty cool is because it's fire element, right? And you have things in nature around this time that represent fire. Like, get ready for it, my favorite mushroom, reishi mushroom, okay? Doesn't that look like fire? Isn't that really cool? So these you find on dead hemlocks around this time, usually starting in May to June. Well, sometimes July too, but May and June are really the peak times in this area in Northeast New England. And yeah, reishi mushrooms is my favorite mushroom because it does so many things, and helps to detoxify the liver, supports the heart, the lungs, the spleen. It's a great immune tonic. It's just an incredible medicinal mushroom, and it grows in abundance in this area because unfortunately there's a lot of dead hemlocks, okay, and that's what it grows off of. So this is Ganoderma sugae, and then dead hemlocks are Suga canadensis, okay? You may have heard me talk about reishi mushrooms before. I've gone live with me cutting these up and harvesting them, dehydrating them, preserving them, and everything. So, but I just wanted to simply point out, that fire element, how it looks like fire, and it's something that grows around the time of this season, okay? Another one of what I like to call nature's fireworks, okay, are elderflowers. That look like a little firework. So these grow right around the same time. Elderflowers will eventually become elderberries if you let them be. But yeah, you can harvest just the flowers though and make tea out of them. It's a great antiviral, great for the immune system. But you don't want to harvest too many of the flowers because then you won't have as many berries. It depends how much yield you have growing on your elder tree. But just simply wanted to point out some of the plants that are around in the summer season, okay, in the time of the fire element. There are so many more besides these plants, but yeah, those are some of my favorite ones that I like to harvest and utilize medicine for later in the year. Great for the colder months, support the immune system. And yeah, I wanted to show you too what the reishi mushrooms look like after they are dehydrated. So this is my process. I slice these up lengthwise here, and I throw them in the dehydrator, okay? And I put them in a glass jar, the metal lid, so they sit in my apothecary. I even sometimes will put those decusants in there that you get like in a supplement if there is any moisture. So, but this is what reishi looks like sliced and dehydrated, okay? And mostly what I do with the reishi mushrooms is I make tincture out of them, okay? You can also make tea, but it is particularly hard to pull out all of the medicinal compounds that are in this mushroom, okay? So the best way to do it, you can do it like in a pressure cooker, but even just boiling it up helps you to get the polysaccharides, the triterpenes, and all that stuff out of there, whereas the beta-glucans come out in either the alcohol or glycerin. I specialize in glycerin tinctures, so using the glycerites to extract the medicine from the mushroom or the herb, okay? And that whole process is pretty simple. You just put all the ingredients in the jar, fill it up halfway, and then put the solvent to the rest. Add a little bit of water if you're using the glycerin, and then you keep that jar in a cool place out of sunlight, and you shake it up a bunch of times, let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks, and then your tincture is ready. Now what I do is I actually put this in a machine that helps to pulverize the mushroom and extract that medicine all out and really get into the glycerin, okay? And then I can boil it in that way, and that also can make sure it pulls all the medicine out of the mushroom. So that's the one little thing about the reishi mushrooms. They're incredibly medicinal, but it's really hard to get all the medicine out of them. Then from there, I can even take that pulp and dehydrate that and grind that up and make those into pills, and then take those pills, and then you're making sure you're getting all the medicine utilizing out of this incredible mushroom. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. A little tidbit about reishi mushroom and elderflowers. It's a little sample about how I make my process of dehydrating those reishi mushrooms and making into tincture. Sharing our monthly topic, which was focusing on introduction to the 5 elements and learning about yin-yang theory, the 3 treasures, tongue and pulse diagnosis. Okay, and yeah, so that's a lot of what we're focusing on this month in the membership. Next month we are going to be diving a little bit deeper into herbs and the process of harvesting them and drying them and making teas out of them. So that is because that's this time of year. We're doing a lot of that in the summer, and so I want to share my little tips and tricks for what I've learned over the years of harvesting wild herbs and even stuff from the garden too. So just the best ways to process and utilize them for medicine. So yeah, and if you're interested in joining the membership, it is not open right now, but if you send me a direct message, I can put you on the wait list for the next time that I open it up again. I'm probably going to open it up sometime in the fall, so I will let you all know about that the next time I'm launching it. But I'm just in the beginning stages. I opened it up to founding members last month, and just working out the kinks with the founding members and figuring out how I'm going to offer this best. But I decided to do this because I wanted to come up with a way that I could kind of utilize all that I do and all that I've learned and really help to teach people in a concise manner, and have something that's organized, that can be with community, can be with people online from anywhere, right? And be able to reach more people and help more people, so that they can learn how to heal themselves using natural medicine, using the Chinese medicine that's been around for 3,000 years, has so much wisdom, using the wild foraging, the wisdom of the plants, the trees, the mushrooms, right? Using the plant-based recipes and all that I learned from medical medium and other avenues, but mostly medical medium based. And just finding ways that we can heal ourselves, because so many people are suffering and they're not finding answers, and they're just going from doctor to doctor and just struggling and are on all these medications and getting all these surgeries. And I've been there, I've done that, I've done the medications, I've done the surgeries, I've done everything in between, the Western, the Eastern, everything. I've tried pretty much it all in the past 20 plus years on my healing journey. And so that's why I'm wanting to find ways to share more of what I've learned with others. I work one-on-one with people, and it's great, and I love helping people one-on-one, and I'm still doing that. So I still see clients in person in West Hartford and in Durham a few days a week, and then I also see clients virtually as well. So just letting you know that is still an option if you want to work with me. Again, you can send me a direct message, and I could also put a link to some of that information in the comments here. But what I'm really excited about going forward is this membership, and also from there creating more courses where I can teach people more in-depth about all the stuff that we're focused on in the membership. The membership is really going to be a snapshot of some of the things, but the courses will be more in-depth, and people can get certified and learn things just more in depth for themselves, and be able to spread that to their family and friends and loved ones. So yeah, so that's a little bit about what I've been up to and my intention for these lives, and that I'm going to be doing on Mondays at 5, right on my profile page. And so I'll be sharing some different things each week. So some stuff that's in the membership group, and maybe just some stuff that I'm working with, that I'm foraging outside, or different things like that. So I look forward to seeing you all here, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. One other thing I forgot to mention is happy solstice. It is the solstice tomorrow at about 12 hours from now, 5:15 a.m. So actually exactly 12 hours from now, it will officially be the solstice. So I just did a solstice meditation in the Salt Cave, the Red Barn in Durham, which was amazing. I had a lot of fun doing that, and definitely embrace that light. You know, there's so much darkness in the world, and the more we can embrace the light, the more we can share that light with others and send it out into the world for all those who need it. So have a blessed solstice and enjoy the rest of your day.